The gravel crunched under my boots as I trudged up the hill toward Mom's plot, the bouquet of wilted daisies clutched in my fist like a guilty secret. 2 years since the cancer took her, and I still came every Sunday, rain or shine. It was our ritual. Mine now, anyway. Dad had stopped visiting months ago, said it stirred up too much dust. But me? I needed it. Needed to talk to her, even if the wind carried my words away. Old man Hargrove, the cemetery caretaker, was raking leaves near the iron gate, his face etched deeper than the headstones around him. He'd been here longer than the oaks, longer than most of the residents 6 feet under. Folks said he knew every secret the dead kept. I nodded politely as I passed, but he didn't nod back. Just watched me with those pale eyes, like he was sizing up a thief. I knelt at the grave, brushing frost from the marble. Hey, Mom, rough week at the shop. That transmission on the Ford? Total nightmare. I arranged the flowers, my fingers numb. But I fixed it. You'd be proud. That's when I heard the scrape, metal on stone, deliberate. I froze. The sound came from behind the headstone, low to the ground. My heart kicked up. Kids? Vandals? This place was sacred. I leaned around the slab, peering into the shadow. There he was, my son, Ethan, 8 years old, knees in the dirt, a garden trowel in his chubby hand. He was digging, not playing, digging. A neat little hole, maybe 6 inches deep, right at the base of Mom's grave. Soil piled beside him like a tiny mountain. Ethan! The word exploded out of me, sharper than I meant. He jolted, trowel clattering, and whipped around. His face, God, his face, was streaked with dirt, and something that looked suspiciously like dried tears. But his eyes weren't scared. They were defiant. Dad, you weren't supposed to see yet. I stormed over, grabbing his arm to haul him up. What the hell are you doing? This is Grandma's... ? That's when Hargrove appeared, materializing like a ghost from the fog rolling off the hill. His gnarled hand clamped onto my arm, vice tight, stopping me cold. His breath smelled of coffee and decay. Stop, he rasped, voice like gravel in a blender. Watch what your son is really doing at the grave. I yanked free, glaring. He's desecrating it, digging like some... No. Hargrove's eyes bored into mine, unblinking. Look closer, boy. Ain't vandalism. It's a message. Ethan hadn't moved. He just pointed at the hole with a trembling finger. It's for her, Dad. So she knows. I crouched, pulse hammering. The hole wasn't random. It was precise, rectangular. And inside, something glinted. I brushed dirt away with my hand. A matchbox. Tiny, rusted. The kind Mom used to collect for her emergency candles. I pried it open. Inside, a folded scrap of paper, yellowed with age, and a single Polaroid. My breath caught. The photo was Mom. Young, laughing, arms around a man who wasn't Dad. The paper? Her handwriting. I unfolded it with shaking fingers. If you're reading this, my sweet boy, I'm gone. But I left you a map. Follow the stars I drew. They'll take you home. Stars, tiny ink dots on the back, forming a constellation I didn't recognize. And at the bottom, tell Ethan I'm proud. He'll understand. Ethan's voice was small. She visits me, Dad, in dreams. Says to dig here on the anniversary. Says there's more. I stared at him. My kid, who barely spoke since the funeral, who flinched at thunderstorms because they sounded like Grandma coughing. Visits? Dreams? Hargrove chuckled, low and dry. Ground's thin here, son. Some folks don't stay put. Your ma, she's a wanderer. Then watching over the boy, guided his hand right to it. I looked at the hole again, deeper now. I realized Ethan must have been at it for weeks, sneaking out after I thought he was asleep. The soil was loose, layered, and there, just visible, the corner of another box. Wooden this time. Older. "What is this?" I whispered. Ethan's eyes shone. "The first clue. She said there's 7. One for each year she fought. Leads to where she hid the letters, the ones she wrote for us, for when we needed her most." Hargrove released my arm, stepping back. "Cemetery's full of stories, but this one's yours. Boy's been tending it faithful. Every Sunday, while you're talking to Stone, he's listening to her." I sank to my knees beside Ethan, the cold seeping through my jeans. The Polaroid trembled in my grip. Mom's smile. God, I hadn't seen it in years. Not since the chemo stole it. "Show me," I said, voice cracking. "Show me the map." Ethan grinned, the first real one in months, and pulled a crumpled notebook from his backpack. Pages filled with childish drawings, stars, arrows, riddles in crayon. Under the angel with the broken wing, behind the willow that weeps blood. Hargrove tipped his cap. "I'll fetch shovels, respectful like. Some secrets ain't meant to stay buried." As the sun dipped low, painting the graves gold, we dug together, father, son, and the old caretaker who'd seen too many resurrections. The next box held a locket, engraved, "For my boys." Inside, a lock of her hair and a note. Clue 2, where the river meets the stone. Hours blurred. We traipsed the cemetery like treasure hunters, Ethan leading with that notebook, reciting Mom's dream whispers. Hargrove trailed, muttering about thin veils and echoes that don't fade. Each find cracked me open a little more. Box 3, under a toppled crucifix, a cassette tape. "Play me when you miss my voice." We didn't have a player, but Ethan swore the thrift shop downtown did. Box 4, in the mausoleum's loose brick, a child's drawing, stick figure family, mom with angel wings. On the back, "I never left, just changed addresses." By moonlight, we hit box 6, the willow tree, its bark scarred red from some long ago lightning strike. Ethan's hands bled from splinters, but he wouldn't stop. Inside, a key, brass, heavy, and a final note in Mom's script. Last one, loves. The gatehouse. Hargrove knows. Tell him the password. Daisy chains and thunder. I looked at the caretaker. He was crying, silent tears cutting tracks through the dirt on his cheeks. "Been waitin' 30 years, he said. "Your ma, she helped me bury my own wife. Said one day her boy'd come calling. Password's right. Let's finish it." The gatehouse was a squat stone building, locked since the 80s. Hargrove produced a ring of keys, but Ethan went straight for the loose floorboard under the welcome mat. The key fit a rusted strongbox beneath. Inside, letters. Dozens. One for every birthday we'd have without her. One for Ethan's first heartbreak. One for my wedding day, whenever it came. And the last, sealed, addressed to both of us. "If you found this, you believed. I'm in the wind now. The daisies. The stars Ethan maps. Live loud, my boys. I'll be the thunder that answers." We sat there till dawn, reading aloud, voices raw. Hargrove brewed coffee on a camp stove, telling stories of Mom sneaking him sandwiches when his wife was dying, how she'd dance in the moonlight to make the dead less lonely. Ethan fell asleep against my shoulder, notebook clutched like a Bible. I carried him home as the sun rose, the cemetery waking with birdsong. Every Sunday after, we came back, not to mourn, to hunt. Mom left strays, little gifts tucked in cracks and roots. A pressed flower on Father's Day, a marble on Ethan's birthday. Hargrove joined us, calling it groundskeeping for the living. The town whispered, grave robbers, crazies. But we knew death wasn't the end. It was a scavenger hunt, and Mom rigged the game so we'd win. Last week, Ethan found a new clue under her stone. A seed packet. Daisies. Note. Plant me where you laugh loudest. We did. In our backyard, they're blooming now, wild and defiant. Hargrove still watches from the gate, tipping his cap when we pass. Sometimes, late at night, I swear I hear Mom's laugh in the thunder. And Ethan? He doesn't flinch anymore. He dances. Because some graves don't hold the dead. They set them free.